Hi folks, for those of you watching that don't know me, my name is Charlie and I work for Young Life here in Liberton and I'm a member of Grace Mount Church. I've been kindly asked to do this morning's reflection and I'm going to be focusing on Romans 8 verses 12 to 18, which has been a passage that's been on my mind recently as I believe is both relevant to today and also offers us as believers an opportunity. And it says, "Therefore, brothers and sisters, we have an obligation, but it is not to the flesh to live according to it. For if you live according to the flesh, you will die. But if by the Spirit you put to death the misdeeds of the body, you will live. For those who are led by the Spirit of God are the children of God. The Spirit you received does not make you slaves so that you live in fear again. Rather, the Spirit you received brought about your adoption to sonship. And by him we cry, Abba, Father. The Spirit himself testifies with our spirit that we are God's children. Now if we are children, then we are heirs, heirs of God and co-heirs with Christ, if indeed we share in his sufferings, in order that we may also share in his glory. I consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us." And Romans 8 is probably my favourite chapter in the Bible, and I love it because it's full of rich and challenging words from Paul, reminding us of our heirship and co-heirship with the Trinity, which is something that I don't know about you, but I sometimes need to be reminded of that. And it's also full of challenges, like not living under the obligation of the flesh, but to put these obligations to death, and to be led by the Spirit, which brings us into heirship with him. And I started this devotion by saying that I think that this passage is relevant to today, and offers us as believers an opportunity. And you're probably aware that this year our lives have looked radically different because of coronavirus, or as it's more famously known, COVID-19. And COVID has robbed us all of many things, like in-person church, in-person holiday club, and you can probably think of an endless list of things. For me, COVID has robbed me of going to the things that I love most, like going to Hibs games or going to Young Life camp in the summer. And we're living in a time where people are rightfully very fearful of this virus, as we've never seen anything of the sort before. And I don't know your situation, but just now I'm mentally exhausted by new guidelines and another potential lockdown. In spite of this though, I really feel that we as believers have an exciting opportunity to show people that we have something greater in our lives, that instead of living in fear, we can live in hope and faith, that God has already won the battle against COVID. I really feel like that God has given us this season of our lives to use it to share our faith with others. The last verse that I read says, "I consider our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us." I really believe that God is using this season to open some doors for an exciting time where people are going to come to know him for the first time. And I hope this encourages you and blesses you this morning.